Now, let's dive into current events. All right. You're not going to believe this. Maybe you are. Maybe you are. Maybe you're not surprised by this news. But Spirit Airlines just filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. For real. Like, that's not looking too good. Not looking too good. So, okay. And this just happened like this past Monday. Like, literally filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So here's what is going on. They have entered into a restructuring agreement with their bondholders to reduce the airline's debt and provide it with increased financial flexibility. So, man, this is wild. Like I mean, I know that this isn't the first airline to fold, but their prices, their budget prices, I guess I would kind of assume that people would just kind of be flocking to them more. I don't know airline. I don't know what the overhead cost looks like, to be fair, but I'm trying to remember if I've flown Spirit Airlines before. I think I did. I think. But we don't fly Spirit Airlines. My husband used to, and then years ago, there was like a snowstorm. He got trapped in like New York, like when they couldn't leave, and other airlines or people were stuck when the weather cleared. They'd already booked their the travelers for other flights later on, whereas Spirit Airlines was like, no, you're on your own. What do you mean? So ever since that, we were like, nah, we can't. Nah, no, thank you, Spirit Airlines. Thank you for the low cost that you offer to people who need it. And in a bind, if we need to take Spirit Airlines, we'll take it. But if we can avoid it, we avoid it. So customer service, sometimes it's worth a little bit extra coin if you got it. So what they're saying here now is that they're seeing customer preferences change. People now are valuing a premium product, an experience more so than like cheap airfare, which again, in this economy, I'm very surprised. So I know I said that we don't fly Spirit Airlines, but we don't fly often. So that's also a thing too to consider. He says that people says that they don't want to see any added costs. They want an all-in full service offering. Okay. That makes sense because let me tell you, Spirit Airlines, and I think, well, no, JetBlue not as bad, but Spirit Airlines, that's be how they get you, them little fees and little add-ons, that's how they get you. That's how they get you. And I guess people don't like feeling God. I guess people prefer, like, if you go and try me up to my face. Tell me what it's going to cost. Don't surprise me on the back end. I think no one really likes that. And it's probably what's really turning people off, if we're being honest. Yeah. Now, here's what this means for people because they just filed it and we're literally going into the Thanksgiving holiday. Yikes. So it's a very shifty time, but have no fear. So if you already have flights and reservations, you can still use your tickets. You're still all good. And flight credits and loyalty points are still valid, and can be redeemed as usual. Customers can also make new reservations for future travel, so you can book for future travel. Which I don't know how I feel about that. You know what I mean? Like, you just filed bankruptcy, but you're like, yeah, you can still book with us for the future. Are you gonna be here? I mean, they're anticipating they are, because they're essentially expecting to come out of the bankruptcy in the first quarter of 2025. And let's see here. So it says that Spirit customers can still benefit from the airline's free Spirit loyalty program, as well as accrue and redeem Savers Club perks and credit card terms. So they're not taking away benefits in that standing. You guys can still enjoy that. But what you may see are schedule modifications, changes. So the industry experts are advising customers to keep a close eye on the upcoming bookings. And that includes updating the contact information so the airline can reach them with modifications to the flights, because you have to assume, right? They're going to Chapter 11. They're trying to drop debt. They're not trying to incur more debt. So they're going to be cutting down on how many flights are going out. So they're going to try to be, especially if you have two separate flights and maybe they're only half filled and you have an opportunity to combine them and fill it, you can see a lot of that happening. So be on the lookout for that. Yeah, they're definitely trimming their schedule. And that means your flight could be changed or canceled. Now, what this does also mean is that Spirit Airlines, their major airports may be flying out of smaller hubs now. They might not be flying out of the big known airports anymore. So be on the lookout for that. And as much as some people may not like Spirit, I have no personal feelings against Spirit. I think it's a good option for people who are on a very tight budget, which, depending on the circumstances, at one point or another can be most of us. But this does not really bode well overall if you think about it, because Spirit Airlines, their cheap prices have been a steady contender for some of the other big dog airlines. But if they're kind of having to die down and withdraw, where's the incentive for the big dog airlines to kind of be a little bit more compromising in their pricing and amenities and things like that? So this happening to Spirit could have a shift that affects everyone across the board. It might not be as fun as you think it is. The downfall could kind of impact us more than we think it could. So just something to think about. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, man, this is interesting. Yeah, because the Spirit's going to have less routes that they serve. Again, which means less pressure for other airlines to be competitive, we could literally see higher airfare fees across on other airlines, American Airlines and Southwest, all of them. This is not looking good. So even if you don't ride Spirit Airlines, this could impact you. So I don't know. And it's holiday time. Oof. Live flights going out. Well, to be on the safe side, I would routinely check your Spirit Airlines flights. Make sure your contact information, like I said, is up to date, and make sure to keep your head on a swivel and see what's going on. But that's unfortunate. That is wild.